And oh well. Hey everybody, Terry Wildemann here with SHIFTology Live with another great episode. As you know, I absolutely love working with entrepreneurial leaders who are transformational with what it is that they do in helping others to be the best that they can possibly be. At Intuitive Leadership, we teach, coach, and support entrepreneurial leaders who are ready to cross that success finish line and grab the gold. And they learn to awaken the possibilities so that they can attract limitless prosperity. And that's what we're all about. So with Shiftology Live, all of my guests have shifted in one way, shape, or form. I know for myself, my entire life has been one big shift from being a military person, being in law enforcement, being writing all my books, and we're going to be talking about books today, which is a great topic. Writing all my books, getting certified in all these different holistic modalities, all this great stuff. What has happened is I have shifted constantly along the way. And we started with Shiftology in 2012, and now it has grown and getting bigger. The philosophy is getting bigger. And it is so cool to see how our guests are embodying the Shiftology philosophy in everything that they're doing. My guest today is Dina Marais, and Dina and I have had the most fantastic conversations about books and book publishing. There's been she set me straight on a few things. I've published 2 solo books. Here's my latest book, Enchanted Boardroom. I'm also in 7 co-authored books, and we're going to be touching into the art of the co-authored book a little bit because I've got 7 of them in my garage. I've had lots of books, and one of the lots and lots of books sitting in my garage. And Dina had a wonderful way of being able to uh, share with me how she does things differently. So, for somebody who's been in 7 co authored books, and that's one of the areas that she specializes in, it's going to be interesting to ask these powerful questions and have her share with you how she does things, which really warms my heart. So, let me tell you a little bit about Dina. She's really a rock star. She's the founder of Soul Purpose Publishing and Coaching. She is a 3-time Amazon International best-selling author, publisher of the #1 best-selling multi-author book, My Mess is My Message, and the creator of the My Mess is My Message Summit. She works with successful entrepreneurs to elevate their brand, visibility, income, and impact by becoming a best-selling author, and she publishes multi-author, solo, and collaboration books. As a certified quantum leap transformation coach, and I want to talk to you more about that after the show. Tina specializes in soul alignment for business success. With 2 decades of neuro coaching experience and her own journey of healing the fear of unworthiness, she believes that this is the biggest obstacle to success. And I agree with you, Dina. I really do. She created the 5-step to manifest a new reality as a process, and she uses it to support authors to profit from their books. Welcome to Shiftology Live, Dina.
Oh, thank you so much, Terry. Thank you for inviting me. It's such an honor to be here.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this because as you know from our conversations, I love books and I love being in books. However, there are challenges in being a best-selling author. And there are so many people who have this idea, I want to be an author, I want to be an author, I want to be a best-selling author, which is a lovely thing to go to from a law of attraction perspective. Get that in your head and put that energy out there. And I want to be an author, I want to be an author, I want to be an author. Well, I'm going to tell you, I never wanted to be an author. Never. And my very first book in, let me see, 1995 landed in my lap. I went in to meet somebody. He was donating books to an event I was presenting at. I picked up the books. Next thing I know, 3 hours later, I walk out with the book contract. So that doesn't
Wow.
happen often.
No, definitely not.
And it was very frightening for me. I was petrified, 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 petrified. So, Dina, I'm curious, what would you say to one of our listeners to any of our listeners who want to write a book and they're petrified of doing it.
Well, the thing is, Terry, and to all the viewers and the listeners out there, is that we all feel that way. We all think that we're not ready, that, if I'm not a professional writer, then, I have no business of writing a book. We don't think, we compare ourselves with others.
Yeah.
And we think, how the hell am I going to get there? I don't deserve it. I don't know enough. All these things that our ego self will actually tell you that you are not ready, to keep you safe and small. The thing is, how will you know unless you try?
Exactly. Yes.
You've got to try. If you've got the expertise to share, then it's your, I really would like to say, it's your responsibility as to do that.
And what you said complements what happened when I went to pick up those books. This person was a publisher in the telecommunications industry. And I'm looking at all the book covers on his wall. He had all these beautiful, he must have had about 20, 30 book covers from different authors from around the world, by the way. And I'm looking at all the book titles. And I said, do you realize you have nothing on business etiquette, on telephone etiquette at all? And he just turned around and looked at me and said, why don't you write it? Because he knew that at that time I was in personal and professional development, and I was teaching. Everything I was doing was about teaching personal professional development with the foundation of positive image. And he said, basically, why don't you write the book? Exactly what you just said. And it was one of the most frightening moments of my life.
Because where do you start?
And I did, but I started, what I did was I put my hands on the steering wheel of the car and screamed bloody murder. I was scared out of my gourd. I really was. So anyway, that was my first book. And yes, two solo books later and 7 co-authored books later. Every single one gets a little bit more, it gets a little bit easier and easier and easier. Practice makes perfect. But there's always a sense of nervousness. Can you address that, Dina?
Yes, there's always a sense of nervousness. That is, and what's really about that as well is putting ourselves out there. And even with the anticipation of this is going to be read by people, it's like stage fright. We have this thing of being rejected. We have this thing of being criticized for our opinions, for what we feel strongly about. And it's so important. And I really definitely believe that every author, every time we put ourselves out there, whether it's a multi-author and you write a chapter or whether it's a solo book, it's a transformation.
Wow, you are so spot on with that. There's a chapter in here on angels in business. And I'll never forget, I was in San Diego and at my daughter's apartment, and I was writing that chapter. And Dina, I was so frightened about what other people would say, just what you're talking about. I was so scared, it brought me to my knees. Angels in business. I look back now going, what planet was I on, for crying out loud?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But you really hit the nail on the head with that.
It's natural. It's natural, and that's also then that transformation of when we have to go back to where we started and you start documenting things, then you actually realize how phenomenal you are, how far you've come, everything that you've overcome, and how absolutely credible you feel to take someone by the hand and lead them through the steps to where you are now. It is a beautiful experience.
It really, really is. It really is. So what a common question that I get when I'm coaching others and we get on the topic of books and publishing and all that is, well, I'm going to write my book and I'm going to make a lot of money. All right. Um, what are your thoughts about that?
We don't make money off the book. We make money from the book.
Mhm.
And that is because you need to have something to sell in the back of the book.
Mhm.
Because a book is a business card. The book is a calling card. The book is a tool that you have that gives you the status of a best-selling author that you can utilize. You know, podcasts, speaking gigs, these hosts love to announce that they have a best-selling author in the house. Okay. It also lifts you to a new level. If you can say that I'm a best-selling author, it lifts you to a higher level of podcast that
Mhm.
you can be a guest on that you maybe wouldn't be able to do before. So, but the thing is still that you've got to utilize it. You've got to have a program on the back of the book that you can sell.
Mhm.
So it's never just a book. It's always a course or a program, a coaching program or something that you are selling as well. The book is just to open the door.
Exactly. Yeah, I've always said that a book, just what you said, a book is a business card. It's an introduction to who
Mm.
you are, to open the door to connect with other folks without question. So we're on the same page where that is concerned. That's really pretty cool. So, what are some of the prerequisites? Well, first of all, before we even go there, I would love to know how you got into this business.
Well, that's actually a lovely story. Many years ago, I read the book by Paulo Coelho, very famous book, The Alchemist.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
when I read that book, I think I made a wish to the universe to say, I would love to write inspiring stories like this. But of course, I never did. And then last year, I get this opportunity to become a publisher. And you know, Terry, I had a reaction in my body. It was like a bolt. It was like a thunderbolt. It was as if things just came together. It was an amazing experience. And I didn't take up the first opportunity. I didn't believe I was good enough. I didn't believe I had enough, clout. How can I be a publisher? A publisher? Are you crazy? That opportunity had to come by me 3 times
Wow.
when I realized, okay, my soul is serious here. Let me do this.
Mhm.
And I jumped in with both feet, not knowing anything about publishing.
Mhm.
And it was such an amazing journey so far. And really, it was a huge transformation for me. It was a huge transformation to produce my first book as a bestseller. It was an amazing transformation to lead the to be best-selling authors to that moment when we launched the book. It's incredible. It's incredible what it did for the people together, the
Mhm.
energy of that, the camaraderie, the support for each other, the collaboration with each other. Yeah, that's how I became a publisher, and I've never looked back. I'm busy with my second book, so um, I just love this. I just love this creativity. I just love the transformation, the inspiration. It's for me the most beautiful thing to create, to birth a book into the world.
Excellent. That is so cool. I love that story. It is a very beautiful story. And it took 3 times, huh?
3 times.
Wow. So one of the things about being in 7 co-authored books, I learned a lot about what works and what doesn't work.
Mm.
And in our conversation before the show, you answered a couple of my questions with such an innovative, beautiful way that solved some of the situations that came up during these events. And so one of them is, and I had this experience because in some of the co-authored books that I did, or that I was a part of, I should say. I have not published any, but the ones that I was a part of, my name was not on the front cover, nor was it on the back cover. So when I would go to expos and I had these books on it and I'm trying to sell at the expos, guess what? People would say to me, well, you're not in these books. You're not on the front cover. You're not on the back cover. And you gave me a beautiful solution. What do you say to people who are about to get involved with a co-authored book? What questions do they need to ask about the covers?
You need to have your name on the cover. To be on the front cover, there is a premium because there's only spots maximum for 10 spots.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want to take that option, your name should at least be on the back cover.
Yes.
Every author should be on the back cover. Non-negotiable. It's not about the main author. It's about the co-creation.
Yes.
Of
Yes.
Everyone co-created that book. It's not just one person.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. That has always been my thought, my feelings around that. That really means a lot. Now, what about one of the challenges with co-authored books also is that they go on Amazon, and what happens to the royalties? What it always ends up going to the publisher. So people who are part of the co-authored book feel like the publisher isn't being honest with them. You have a beautiful solution. Can you share it with us?
Sure. In my books, all the royalties go to charity. And there are two charities that I work with. The one is Traffic. I'm on Watch, is a anti-traffic, human traffic organization.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is Water Wellness.
Nice.
Giving water. And so not me, nobody gets the royalties. They get paid into my account because I am the author, the main author or the publisher of the book. Mm-hmm. But I then channel it through to the charities.
Excellent. That is so beautiful, because I know that that's a challenge when it comes to being a publisher of co-authored books. And I just love the solution that you just provided for that. That's a big deal. And thank you so much for doing that. It says so much about how you choose to serve humanity. And I thank you for that. I really do.
Yes. And what's really great about that, Terry, is that everyone involved in the book, whether you're the writer or the reader, you directly or indirectly a social entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yes.
Supporting the good, supporting a cause for good. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it. That's nice, because when we create, we give. And especially in a co-author book as well, there's so much a beautiful story accompanying your expertise. Your bio is in the book. Your links are in the book. It's an advert for you.
It is.
And it is totally an advert for you, an advertisement for you. And by then also the sales of the book, channeling that to charity, it just shows so much abundance.
Yes.
Of everyone involved.
It's all about prosperity, baby.
Yep.
You're creating limitless prosperity. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Now, Dina, one of the challenges that authors often have, okay, the book is now published, and this is what happened with me also. So I love being able to talk to you about this. My book is published. The publisher is there. Then what? What about marketing? Talk to us about marketing the book. What steps need to be taken and what is involved?
Okay, so for a multi-author book and for a solo book is that you have to market the book with the publisher. As if the multi-authors, if it's a multi-author book, everyone pulls together. There's a launch plan and everyone pulls together to market the book. And it's not a once-off thing. That's why when you utilize the book properly, it keeps on generating sales. And I actually have on my website a whole page for authors on ways that they can make money off the book. Nice. Even if you don't get the royalties, there are many other ways that you can make money off the book. And the other thing is that Oh, now I lost my train of thought. Sorry,
Marketing book. No,
the
marketing the book.
marketing. The thing is that even if you get published by someone else or by even a traditional publisher, they won't even look at you if you don't have a huge base that they can utilize to market your book. You participate in the marketing of your book. There is no way that things just happen for you. We actively utilize our own networks, our own audiences to market this book. However, on the back end of that is to continue to keep the book in front of your favorite readers. You know, if you would do a solo book, I would advise you and show you how to take out some Amazon ads, because if you are the solo author, you get all the royalties. It's your book. You own the rights to the book. Everything is yours.
Okay, I really want to focus on that piece right there, Dina. Can you say that again? You own the rights to the book.
Yes. As a solo author, I'm the publisher, but it's your book. It's loaded up onto Amazon under your author page. Everything is yours. I take care of the back end to make sure that's in the right categories, to make sure that we have the right keywords, to make you shine, to make your story shine, to make your book shine. And
so to be clear, when you're doing this, and because I know this has really been challenging for fellow authors that I know, the publisher ended up owning the rights to the book. And well, it happened to me too. I had to buy the rights to my book back. So what I'm hearing you say is the authors in your book and the authors you work with will always own the rights to their material and their books.
Yes, always. It's
Nice.
yours. It's
Nice.
yours.
That's huge.
So even for the
huge.
even for the multi-author books, you own your chapter. You can do with your chapter what you want. I suggest to many of my multi-authors to actually make the chapter, your chapter, into a PDF and use it as a lead magnet. And then, of course, I have a course on the back of that.
Well, I'm going to use an example for you. I'm going to give an example of what you're just talking about. This is my latest lead magnet, Positive Words and Phrases. And guess what? It's a chapter from my book. Exactly what you just said. This is the lead magnet. I've had it for a long time, but I just repopulated it and I'm using it for something else. This is a chapter in my book. So this validates exactly what it is that you're talking about.
Yeah. It's about repurposing. It's about repurposing your content. What a beautiful way to do that. And, with that, your chapter, your book, you can build so much from there. It's really just opening doors. If you can see the opportunities of what you can do with that, and not sit back and think, you know what? I didn't get any new business from this book. Why did I even invest in it? Can I ask you, if you would invest in a program, a coaching program or a marketing program, do they guarantee that you would get a business? No. You got to do the work to get the business. That's the same thing. It's investing in a program to get you out there, your name in the stars, but then you got to do it. You got to take it further.
And a lot of authors don't really understand that, especially with the big publishing houses. They expect the big publishing houses, they do some of the marketing for you, but we authors forget that we are as responsible for our success as the big publishing houses or small publishing houses are. We create our own success, and marketing it is so important. Our way. And I know so many authors who have just said, well, my publisher didn't do anything. My publisher didn't do anything. I'm like, but what did you do to move it forward? Well, that's not my job. Yeah, it is.
It is. It's your book. It's your chapter. It's your content. It's your story. Nobody says you can't use it. You can, of course you could use it. What I do with my authors is I create an author community So all the authors that of my books get together. I have monthly meetings and referral, and see whatever we need in the business, whatever they need, if they can collaborate, if someone can provide introduction or whatever, to keep in touch with them. I think that for me that's important. It's really important for me, Terry, to ensure that and support the authors to get a return on their investment, to hold their hand, to give them some guidance. And I've got a new program actually on that, but to make sure they make a profit.
Excellent. 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 Can you tell us about your program, please?
So this is a new program that I'm putting together. It's called Make a Profit from Your Book. And that is a mastermind, actually. And it's really to support you to see where you are at and what do you need to really make a profit. So in other words, we check on your alignment, because my specialty is soul alignment. We check on your audience size. What do you need? We check on maybe, do you need a new lead magnet? Do you need a new program? What are the things that you need to really up-level your business to the next phase, and of course incorporating the power of the book.
Very nice. And do you have any idea how long yet this program is, since you're in the development?
It's a mastermind for 6 months.
6 months, very nice. So what are you doing in those 6 months? Are people going to have their outlines done together in their mastermind? Are they going to have the book written? What are your goals with that mastermind?
The mastermind is an upsell or an optional to take on while you are writing your book. So as you are writing your book as well, you can already start building your audience. You can already look at what it is that you're going to offer, so that by the time the book launches, your business is ready.
Lovely.
To actually receive it.
Does it matter what genre, Dina, that the person is in?
I just publish nonfiction.
Nonfiction.
So it doesn't matter what genre. So I help the author when they write to set up a proper outline of their book, so that they know and they feel comfortable of how they're going to write this. So it's really to coach them, to dig deep, to get it out there, to really feel empowered about writing their book.
Nice. And I know that you also have a free gift for everybody.
Yes, I do. But can I just say something else?
Yes.
Terry, is at the moment I have a new author, a new multi-author book that I'm putting together. It's called Success with Source, and the subtitle is Learn from Women Who Practice Vibrational Alignment in Their Business. And it's really for successful entrepreneurs who are actually doing that.
Nice.
And so if someone is there, if someone in this audience or is listening to that, and that's you, then please just be in contact with me.
That sounds amazing. I'm going to put your freebie up again. Can you tell us about your freebie?
Thank you, Terry. The freebie is a webinar, a free masterclass on how becoming a best-selling author up-levels your business.
Nice. Very, very nice. And I'm sure a lot of what we talked about today is involved with that too. And we got into some real juicy areas. And I just love your value system. I love your focus on giving back. I love how you are going from the inside out and helping authors write their books. It is just absolutely magnificent. So I want to applaud you for that, because it really I've had 4 publishers now, 5 publishers, and it's so nice to feel this with you. It really, really is. So thank you so very much. And to my SHIFTology live audience, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you're interested in learning more about Dina, please reach out to her, and they can get in touch with you where, Dina?
Well, easiest is my website, dinamarais.com, or on Facebook. You can find me on all the social media places. I think Facebook is the easiest, or my
Okay.
website.
And you can also find her in my Facebook group, Limitless Prosperity. So if you'd like to join us there, where we talk about all kinds of things. Just today, we talked about positive words and phrases in there. And Dina is active in the group also. So I wish you tremendous success, Dina, with everything that you're doing. And to my audience, great success this week. And we will see you on the next episode next week. Take care. See you later. To your success.
Thank you. Bye.